Hi, welcome back. I have no idea. Anyway, today's video is going to be the YouTube Pagan Challenge 2018. I know they can do this in like week segments, but I'm not going to do that because that would take too much time and that seems like a lot of work to me. So we're just going to go with what I can do. So the first video is going to be numbers 52 to 45. And we're going to start from the bottom of the list instead of from the top like everyone else does because I like to be different. 52. Imagine the Abrahamic religions died out and everyone was pagan. What would it be like? Okay, that's a little bit of a weird question for me because, I can't imagine there not being these religions. And not to mention, if there were none, half the paths that we have now would be null and void. Because we also have these paths even in the Wiccan and pagan umbrella terms. We have those as well. They're not exactly the same per se, but they did come from the same thing. Like Christo-pagan, without Abrahamic religion, that would not be possible because technically it wouldn't be there. However, to say that it wouldn't still exist is kind of ridiculous because it's saying, imagine it died out. Well, at one point, people thought that paganism died out as well, and you can obviously see that did not happen. So, while people were thinking it died off, it didn't, and it just hid in the shadows. So, to say that it all died out, it's not possible. There would be somebody somewhere who would still practice it, and that's the way that it would work. However, based on the question, I think that if that were actually possible, I think that we wouldn't have a lot of hate. Granted, there would still be some because not everything is perfect, and that's the way the world works, unfortunately. So that is my view on that. I do not think it is possible for it to die out and actually stay out, but I guess it's possible in a weird way, depending on how you look at it. Number 51. How do my family react to my beliefs? I've stated this in previous videos. My family, for lack of a better term, we don't talk about it. The only person I talk to it about is my mother. She's not pagan, she's not Wiccan, she's Christian. So you can imagine how that would go against what we believe in put together. She still has the belief that she's going to go to heaven and I'm going to go to hell. Now, as to whether or not that's really true, I haven't died yet. I don't know. And I'm not going to say that what she believes in is wrong and what I believe in is right, or vice versa. For all we know, they both could be right. So, number 50. Favorite pagan shops. Okay, so I don't really shop a lot online for anything pagan, and there are no shops around here that offer that type of thing. So the only options I have is going online. The ones that I do have written down are the ones that I've actually used. There is 13 Moons, which I have gotten a few supplies from, like certain things like jewelry. There is Wiccan Way, where I have gotten most of my jewelry. The rings that I wear and everything I've gotten from Wiccan Way. They make pretty good jewelry. I haven't bought anything else from them yet, but I will plan on doing that, and I might do a review on the actual site and everything that they offer once I get around to doing that. The third site is Etsy. The reason why I chose Etsy for this, even though it's technically not a pagan or a Wiccan based shop, it does offer Wiccan stuff and pagan stuff, and I prefer handmade stuff versus stuff that is like made every day, if that makes any sense. I don't want it to be like I want it to be handmade, because to me, my belief, that's the way I believe, handmade stuff holds more power. Now, not everyone believes that way, and I don't expect them to. Number 49. DIYs. I don't really do DIYs. I do DIYs here and there. I make my own necklaces when I feel in the mood to do so. I also make my own blankets. I crochet. I also sew a little. I write stories, and that is about the basis of my DIYs. So we're just going to move on from that one. I skipped over 48 because that question I can't really answer at this point. I will have to do research and make a video by itself on that. So number 47, how important is magic to me? How would it be different if I didn't use it at all? Okay, so this is a several-pronged question because I have to answer this in several-pronged parts. The first one is, how important is magic to me? Magic is not so much important to me. It is there when I need it, but I am of the frame of mind that if I can't do something myself, I should not do magic to help it. I believe that I should be able to physically be able to do it, or it's no longer an option. So, at the same time, however, I do believe in doing spells to, like, help me along. Like, I have wish spells that I use to, and I have 3 different ones started already. One for money, one for a job, one for love, you know, stuff like that. To attract it, not so much demand it. I have made these wishes on the basis that I am able to go out in everyday life and attract it myself. So that is what magic to me does. It helps me attract something. It doesn't demand it. It doesn't make it. How would it be different to not use magic? I don't use magic on a daily basis anyway. I could. And I know that some pagans and Wiccans will say that I'm not really a witch if I don't do this every day. However, that goes against what I believe in to do that. I believe that I am a perfectly capable human being and a perfectly capable adult. I should not rely on magic. At the same time, I believe that it's okay to rely on it once in a while. It's a complicated type deal. However, to not use it at all, I don't think that would be possible, because at the same time, magic happens whether you want it to or not. Like, as I've stated in previous videos, magic can be done in words, it can be done in actions, it can be done in written form. So that would mean that you'd have to be careful as to what you say, how you write it, and so on and so forth. That is why I believe that to not use magic at all is not possible, because technically, everyday life can be considered magic. Whether you sing, or whether you speak certain things, or whether you do certain things, that could be considered a ritual, or a chant, or anything like that, anything that would bring about magic. Moving on. Number 46. Using other languages and alphabets for magical purposes. I don't really do that. However, it has always been something that I've wanted to do, but again, I'm of the frame of mind that if I can't learn the language, then I'm not going to use it because I don't want to write out the wrong thing, per se. Like how I don't want to. I'm trying to learn German right now. I'm also trying to learn Japanese. And I refuse to actually try and speak these out in public because I don't want to offend somebody that knows more than I do and knows how to say certain things. So that is basically the gist of what I mean by this. In other words, I don't want to humiliate myself. All right, number 45. What kind of pagans were my ancestors? This is actually a pretty easy question. I'm not entirely sure as to what religion any of my ancestors were, whether or not they were Wiccan, pagan, Christian, Jewish, whatever. I don't have a clue. I do know some of their names, as I've mentioned in other videos. My family tree goes back to 14 something, 1400s. But while I have their names, I don't have their religions. So that is kind of iffy at this point. No idea. Also don't know where they're at or where they were born or any of that. So that is the first video of the YouTube Pagan Challenge for 2018. I also plan to do the YouTube Pagan ABCs Challenge for 2017 at some point. I know I'm extremely behind on that one, but I decided that it was fun and I wanted to do it. So that is my goal. And hopefully, now that I have a job and hopefully be getting paid soon, I will be able to do that and keep up with it and have my internet up and running so I don't run out of minutes. Also, update. I know I said that I'd be posting every day, but that's not going to happen until after Monday. As of Saturday, there will be a memorial service that I plan on going to, and I'm not posting anything on that day. I'm also not posting anything on Sunday because I've had already designated that as my day off. But that is the plan, and I hope you guys enjoy. And if my plan does not go according to plan at all, this video will be uploaded on Saturday, just not filmed on Saturday. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time, and blessed be.